Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Now,
Morning, ma'am.
good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Yesterday, we have read about why Kanta was feeling a type of inequality. असमानता क्यों महसूस कर रही थी वो why Kanta was feeling that inequality is there. Inequality is there. First of all, when she was standing in the morning in a queue near the polling booth, she was feeling very happy that everyone is treated equally. But finally, in the evening, when she was standing in front of the government hospital, she was not at all feeling good because a doubt came in her mind that whether we are really treated equally in a country or not. Because as he was observing that in front of the government hospital, only the poor people were standing. So till here we have completed. Next, we are on other kinds of equality. Kanta is one of many people who live in democratic India. Now, in democratic India, like Kanta, many other people are also living now, and who have the right to vote, but whose daily living and working condition are far from equal. That means, like Kanta, many more people are there. Uh, they have the right to vote. उनको वोट देने का अधिकार है, but their living condition, their working condition are not such. If we observe them, we will be able to see that they, according to their living condition and according to their working condition, they are seen as if they are not treated equally. उनको ऐसा हमें ऐसा लगेगा उसको उनको देखने के लिए कि वो equally treatment नहीं हो रहा है उनके पास because as compared to our life and as we compare to the life of the domestic maid which is coming to our house to wash the utensils or to do the household work हम अगर compare करेंगे हमारी life और उनकी life में तो बहुत ज़्यादा हमें difference देखने को मिलेगा. From that only we can see that Kanta, like Kanta, many other people are also there who have the right to vote. Right to vote hai, but their conditions are not similar to as high standard people. Now, apart from being poor, people in India experience inequality in different ways. Now, in different ways, people experience inequality. Let us see what this means by reading the two stories given below. Each of these is based on the real incidents in people's life. Now, in people's life, this two stories which are coming in this lesson, they are the real life stories, and from that we will be knowing that apart from being poor people also experience the inequality. One of the more common forms of inequality in India is caste system. Now you can underline this. The most common forms of इनइक्वालिटी जहां पर हमें इनइक्वालिटी असमानता देखने को मिलती है कहां पर देखने को मिलती है कास्ट सिस्टम में. Now if you live in rural India, your caste identity is something that you have probably learned or experienced very young. Means if you are living in rural India means you are living in a village area, then backward area, then you will have to follow these caste identities, caste taboos more strictly. And if you live in urban India, some of you might think that people no longer believe in caste. But when you are living in the city, that is urban India, you will find that people are not following any caste taboos, caste instructions, or any caste restrictions are not there in city life. But just look at these matrimonials shown from the leading English newspaper, and you will see how important the issue of caste continues to be in the minds of highly educated urban Indians. Now, highly educated urban Indians, that shows the educated class of the city. City means पढ़े लिखे जो लोग हैं. Now, with these, observing these ad means advertisements on matrimonials, you will be able to know that highly educated class in cities also are following somewhere the caste system. कहीं ना कहीं caste system को वो follow कर रहे हैं. कैसे? By looking into these matrimonials, ad on matrimonials, we will find that the matrimonials are about girls and boys which they want of the same caste background only. मीन्स ब्राह्मण को ब्राह्मण चाहिए, क्रिश्चियन को क्रिश्चियन, मुस्लिम्स को मुस्लिम. मीन्स हर कास्ट को अपने कास्ट के लिए ही मीन्स शादी के लिए वो अपने ही कास्ट का कोई पर्सन मांग रहे हैं. तो दैट शोज हाईली दैट दे रिगार्डिंग द marriages and all, they follow strictly the rules of the caste system. They don't want their child to be married in another caste. So somewhere we find that in cities also, educated class also, they follow the caste system. Now let us read a story about the experiences of Dalit child attending a school. Now Dalit, who is a Dalit? Dalit is a backward, or we can say uh, people who experience the inequality, low caste people. They are called as low caste people are called as Dalit people. So this is a story about Dalit child who is attending the school. And you have already read about Dalit in class sixth book. Dalit is not a new word for you. You have already known about this word in class sixth. Now Dalit is a term that the so-called lower caste used to address themselves. Now, for uh, the lower caste people, the term Dalit was used. To call lower caste people, the term Dalit was used. Dalit means, now what does the word Dalit means? Dalit means broken, and by using this word, lower caste are pointing out how they were and continue to be seriously discriminated against. Now, the word why the word Dalit is used for the lower caste people, the word Dalit is used for the lower caste people because Dalit actually means broken. Dalit का जो meaning है वो broken है. That means broken from the society. Broken from the society means they are treated very much uh, apart from the rest part of the society. अलग अलग वो अपने को महसूस करते हैं सोसाइटी में रह करके. दे आर बीइंग डिस्क्रिमिनेटेड, वो डिस्क्रिमिनेट हो रहे हैं. एक तरीके से वो क्या हो रहे हैं, उनको असमानता की महसूस हो रही है, उनके साथ भेदभाव हो रहा है. डिस्क्रिमिनेशन मीन्स उनके साथ भेदभाव हो रहा है. दैट इज वाई द टर्म दलित इज यूज टू show the lower caste people, to call the lower caste people as Dalit, because according to them, Dalit people are being discriminated in the society. उनके साथ society में भेदभाव हो रहा है and they are treated as a broken. Broken means जब कुछ चीज टूट जाती है तो वो मेन पर्टिकुलर ऑब्जेक्ट से बिल्कुल अलग हो जाती है, टूट करके पीसेस अलग हो जाते हैं. The same way the Dalits are also realizing the same situation, same condition as if they are being discriminated. They are not the part of the society. Now, the story begins here of Om Prakash Valmiki. Om Prakash Valmiki is a famous Dalit writer. Who is Om Prakash Valmiki? You can underline this. Om Prakash Valmiki is famous Dalit writer. And in his autobiography, Jhutan, he has written his autobiography. Autobiography means he has written about his life experiences. उसकी उनकी जो लाइफ में जो इंसिडेंट्स हुए हैं, जो भी सिचुएशंस अकर हुई है, वो सब उन्होंने अपनी बुक जूटन में लिखा है. द बुक नेम इज जूटन. सो ही राइट्स, I had to sit away from others in class. That means Om Prakash Valmiki, as he was a Dalit child, he is saying that he has to sit away from the other class. Means rest of the class was sitting together while he, Om Prakash Valmiki, was discriminated. उसके साथ भेदभाव किया जा रहा था, and he used to sit away from the other class students, and that too on the floor. That too on the floor means that too he used to sit on the floor. Then the mat ran out before reaching the spot I sat on, and the mat which was there spread on the floor. The mat reached means the mat was so short that where Om Prakash Valmiki was sitting, that place the mat did not reach. Means वहां तक वो mat नहीं पहुंच सकती थी. So he has to sit on the floor. Sometimes I would have to sit away behind everybody. Sometimes he has to sit behind everyone. That means all the students are sitting in front, and he has to sit at the back, right near the door. Uh, दरवाजे के बिल्कुल पास. Sometimes they would beat me without any reason, and the other class students has to, were beating this Om Prakash Valmiki without any reason. Means he was treated not treated in a good way. He was discriminated. Everyone used to make fun of him, and he used to sit alone. When he was in class fourth, the headmaster asked Om Prakash to sweep the school and playground. Now he's sharing his experience when he was in class fourth. When Om Prakash Valmiki was in class fourth, what happened? The headmaster asked Om Prakash Valmiki to sweep the school. Now, to sweep the school, Om Prakash Valmiki was asked to sweep the school and even to clean the playground. So, these work Om Prakash Valmiki has to do while he was studying in class 4. So he writes the playground was very larger than my small physic could handle and in cleaning it. So uh, he says that the playground was so much big that at that time class 4th he was very small, tiny mini, है ना, बहुत छोटा था. आप खुद सोच सकते हो, यू कुड थिंक कि क्लास फोर्थ में कितना छोटा बच्चा होगा. एंड इफ ही इज बीन गिवन वर्क टू क्लीन द प्लेग्राउंड, प्लेग्राउंड कितना बड़ा होता है स्कूल का. सो दिस वाज वेरी मच डिफिकल्ट टास्क. बहुत भारी काम था ये ओम प्रकाश वाल्मीकि के लिए. फॉर इन द व्हेन ही वाज इन द क्लास फोर्थ, he used to he was asked to clean the playground. And my face was covered with dust. Means he was very small, his face was all covered with dust while he was cleaning the playground. Dust had gone inside my mouth also. That means Om Prakash is telling that while cleaning the playground and sweeping the floors and all, sometimes the dust also went in his mouth. The other children in my class were studying and I was sweeping. Now, what was the condition of other students? They were sitting nicely in the class and they were studying while he was sweeping the floor of school and he was cleaning the playground. Headmaster was sitting in his room and watching me. Now, who all were there? Headmaster was there to watch him. Headmaster was watching him. Plus, I was not even allowed to drink water. Means Om Prakash Valmiki was not allowed to drink water till he sweeps the or makes the playground clean. I swept the whole day. For the whole day, he has to do the same work. From the doors and windows of the school rooms, the eyes of the teachers and the boys saw this spectacle. That means the eyes of the teachers and boys saw this spectacle. The headmaster was watching from the from his room, कि वो काम कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है ओम प्रकाश वाल्मीकि. Even the teachers and the boys who were sitting and studying in the classroom, they saw this spectacle. What does the word spectacle means? Spectacle means ये सब तमाशा देखते थे. टीचर्स और जो बॉयज थे वो क्लास में बैठ करके और कौन सा तमाशा देखते थे? स्पेक्टिकल मीन्स तमाशा, कि ओम प्रकाश वाल्मीकि साफ सफाई में लगा हुआ है. तो ये तमाशा ये लोग देखते थे बैठ करके. दैट मीन्स टू सी एंड एंजॉय. दे यूज टू सी, द टीचर्स एंड बॉयज यूज टू सी एंड एंजॉय ओम प्रकाश वाल्मीकि cleaning the school. Now Om Prakash was made to sweep the school and playground for the next couple of days. Now many days passed and he used to daily sweep the school and clean the playground. And this only came to an end when his father, who happened to be passing by, saw his son sweeping. अब ये कब खत्म हुआ? जब एक दिन उनके ओम प्रकाश वाल्मीकि के फादर जब स्कूल के सामने से निकल रहे थे, तब उन्होंने अपने बेटे को ये प्लेग्राउंड साफ करते हुए, स्कूल साफ करते हुए देखा। एंड ही कन्फ्रंटेड द टीचर्स दैट दे then walking away from the school holding Om Prakash Valmiki's hand. That means he pointed out to teachers that this they were not doing good to the student. And as soon as the father saw Om Prakash Valmiki uh, cleaning the school and all, he hold the hand of Om Prakash and he said loudly for all them to hear. और जोर से वो बोलने लगे कि you are a teacher so I am leaving now, कि मैं आप टीचर हो इसलिए मैं छोड़ रहा हूँ, but remember this, much master will study right here in this school, and not just him but there will be more coming after him. That means कि वो जोर से बोल के गए कि आज तो आप लोग अच्छा नहीं कर रहे हो ये, पर इस बच्चे के जैसे ही और भी बहुत सारे बच्चे इस स्कूल में स्टडी करने के लिए आएंगे. So I hope this story is clear about Om Prakash Valmiki, and from this story it is clear that at that time the low caste people were not treated equally in a respectful way. They were discriminated, and instead of here we have seen that instead of getting education, Om Prakash Valmiki has to sweep the floor. So I hope this first story is clear, which made you clear about the differentiation made, the distinction made between high and low caste people.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
now next story. The story first we will see about this. This is a book called Jhutan, written by Om Prakash Valmiki. This is the cover page of Om Prakash Valmiki's book Jhutan, which talks about his experience of growing up as a Dalit boy. अब ये ओम प्रकाश वाल्मीकि की एक्सपीरियंसेस के बारे में बताती है जब वो एक दलित बॉय के रूप में मीन्स ग्रो कर रहे थे. Got it? Now next, the second story is based on the incident that took place in one of the India's larger cities and is common practice in most parts of the country. Now the second story is where it held in the larger city. बड़े शहर में ये घटना घटी है and is common practice in most parts of the country. और ये एक तरीके से common चीज देखने को मिलती है हमें. Now it is a story about Mr. and Mrs. Ansari. The first story was about whom? The first story was about Om Prakash Valmiki, and the second story is about Mr. and Mrs. Ansari, who were looking to rent an apartment in the city. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Ansari, they were looking to rent an apartment, means किराए के घर लेने के लिए वो इधर उधर शहर में देख रहे थे कि कोई उनको घर रहने को मिल जाए, फ्लैट रहने को मिल जाए. They had the money, उनके पास पैसा था, and so paying the rent was no problem. They went to the property dealer for help to find a place. The dealer informed that them that he knew about quite a few apartments that were available for rent. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Ansari, they had the money to rent a apartment. वो apartment means the place of living, a house, or it can be a flat also in the city. So they were looking for a flat to live, and they were also having the money, and for that they concerned the property dealer. उसके लिए क्या गए वो property dealer के पास, so that the property dealer can help them out to have a good apartment. अच्छा रहने का flat दिला दे property dealer, इसीलिए वो property dealer के पास देख गए. Then property dealer said that yes, very few apartments are there which are available for rent, जो कि किराए पे दिए जाते हैं. They visited the first apartment. Now both Mr. and Mrs. Ansari visited the first apartment with the property dealer, and the Ansaris liked it very much. The Ansaris also liked this apartment very much. And however, when the landlady found, and they decided to take it, when they liked this apartment, first apartment भी Mr. and Mrs. Ansari को बहुत पसंद आ गया, and they decided to take it. But what happened? As soon as the landlady found out their name, जैसे ही landlady को उनका नाम पता चला, with the name itself the landlady came to know that they are non-vegetarians. They are having the non-vegetarians means वो मीट मच्छी खाते हैं. Then what happened? However, when the landlady found out their names, she made an excuse about how she could not rent the house to someone who ate meat because the building had not have any non-vegetarian residents. Now the building is having no non-vegetarian resident, means कोई भी non-veg लोग वहां पर नहीं रहते हैं, इसीलिए मिस्टर एंड मिसेस अंसारी को लैंडलेडी ने मना कर दिया कि वो भी नहीं देंगी. Both the Ansaris and the property dealer were surprised to hear this. Now, both Ansaris as well as so both the Ansaris and the property dealer were surprised to hear this. Both of them, Mr. and Mrs. Ansaris as well as property dealer, both were surprised because why they were surprised to hear this, that landlady will not give the apartment on rent to the this to the non-vegetarians, because they themselves, while they were talking to landlady, they could smell fish being cooked in the neighbor's house. उन्होंने खुद smell किया था कि neighborhood में fish बन रही थी, and that is why they were surprised कि why landlady is telling them no. The same excuses were repeated in the second and third apartment also. So second and third apartment also the same things were there. Means they denied giving the apartment on rent to Mr. and Mrs. Ansari's. वो मतलब अब वो apartment के बाद property dealer ने और भी दूसरे apartments दिखाए, but the same thing happened that they were not allowed to get the, means they were not getting the apartment for the rent. Finally, the property dealer told them that they might want to change their names and call themselves Mr. and Mrs. Kumar. Now, finally, what happened? Finally, property dealer advised them that they had to change their names and call them Mr. and Mrs. Kumar. अब property dealer ने एक उनको ये बोला कि आप अपना मिस्टर एंड मिसेस अंसारी की जगह आप मिस्टर एंड मिसेस कुमार रख लीजिए अपना नाम, so that the landlady or landlords do not come to know about your caste, about your caste background or anything, and you will be able to get the apartment on rent. So this property dealer was saying to Mr. and Mrs. Ansari to change the name so that now they can get the apartment. The Ansaris were reluctant to do this. Reluctant means वो नहीं चाहते थे. Reluctant means नहीं चाहते थे अपना नाम चेंज करना, वो नहीं चाहते थे, एंड डिसाइडेड टू लुक सम मोर, और दूसरे कुछ और अपार्टमेंट्स देखने को उन्होंने डिसाइड किया. In the end, it took a whole month for looking at the apartments before they found the landlady who was willing to give them a place on rent. And finally, क्या हुआ? उनको अपार्टमेंट ढूंढने में, फ्लैट ढूंढने में पूरा एक महीना लग गया. जब उन्होंने नाम चेंज नहीं करा, वो मिसेस एंड मिस्टर अंसारी ही रहे, तो उनको क्या करना पड़ा? पूरा एक महीना तक अपार्टमेंट ढूंढना पड़ा. एंड फाइनली लैंड लेडी वॉज देयर हु वॉज विलिंग टू गिव द प्लेस ऑन रेंट. वो अपना फ्लैट देने को तैयार हो गई. So I hope this story is also clear to you. This story also shows that the discrimination is done on the basis of caste. Here Mr. and Mrs. Caste, जैसे ही नाम से लैंडलेडीज को या लैंडलॉर्ड्स को पता चल जाता था इनके नाम से कि ये इनकी क्या कास्ट है, ये वेज है या नॉन वेज है, तो वैसे ही वो लोग मना कर देते थे. तो इस तरह की, दैट मीन्स दिस story also shows inequality still prevailing in our country, because uh, we people want to prefer their caste people only to come up. अपने कास्ट के लोगों को ही वो बढ़ावा देना मांगते हैं. And this happens, means not all the people are so, but somewhere we can find out this inequality is still prevailing in India. I hope till here it is clear. Both the stories are clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we are going to continue with recognizing dignity. Recognizing dignity means recognizing dignity means respect. Recognizing dignity means to have our own respect, to have the self respect, we can say. You have understood by now that the caste we are born into, the religion we practice, the class background we came from, and whether we are male or female, these are often the things that determine why some people are treated unequally. Om Prakash Valmiki and Ansari are being treated unequally on the basis of differences of caste and religion. So, Om Prakash Valmiki and Ansaris, they are treated unequally. Why? Because of the basis of the difference of caste and religion. उनकी caste अलग थी, वाल्मीकि की caste अलग थी, अंसारीज की religion अलग थी. That is why they are treated unequally. So till now, we have understood that whatever caste we are born into, whatever religion we follow, the class background we are from, whether we are male or female, these all determine how people are treated. Means इसी से हमारे को पता लगता कि लोग हमारे साथ कैसा व्यवहार करेंगे. Clear? So the next paragraph, when a person, now the next paragraph we are going to continue in our next class. I think time is running by, and we'll continue in our next class. Till then, read the lesson till here, understand the both the stories nicely, and we'll continue in our next class. Thank you.